Hi everyone, this is Sarah. Today we are here with this special video only for you. So many people ask us different queries, questions regarding our workshops. As most of you are aware, Samvad has been conducting various alternative healing therapy workshops, meditation sessions since last 10 plus years. And so we have people who keep on asking very common queries, very common questions. Most of them are very common and similar for all the workshops. So we thought of addressing them through this video. Today we are going to talk about Swara Yoga. But before we move on to our topic, I would ask Shivani to quickly talk about Samvad Center, as there are many who might be watching this video, watching Samvad's video for the first time. So for them, if you can quickly introduce Samvad. Yes, Shivani.
Hi. So Samad Center for Music and Healing, like you said, it has been doing workshops and basically healing work in the energy
Mm-hmm.
medicine or alternative healing field for the past 10 plus years. So I'm a healer with Samad Center. So
Mm-hmm.
basically conduct in-person workshops, online workshops. Now, of the current situation, we are conducting regularly online workshops. We are conducting on video call as well as on WhatsApp, and we also conduct one-on-one healing sessions. So before this current situation, we were conducting healing sessions in person, and now we have shifted them online till the situation becomes normal. So Samwad's work has not paused at all because of this
Mm-hmm.
situation we are going on. In fact, we have doubled our efforts and we have doubled the
Very
amount
true.
that we
Yes.
do because people are going through a lot these days.
Com-
And everybody needs healing. Some or the other kind of issues are coming up, fears are coming up, anxieties are coming up. So Samad is doing a lot of work in this field. We are reaching out to a lot of people, and a lot of people are reaching out to us
mm-hmm.
because to take advantage of these healing sessions. And we conduct healing sessions and workshops on various topics, a huge variety of topics. Like currently, a Swara Yoga workshop is going on, which this video is about. And upcoming workshops are for past life regression, level 1. Voice culture workshops are coming up. We conduct chakra healing workshops, family constellation, sound healing. We also conduct training workshops for people who would like to learn these therapies, Reiki workshops. So a lot of things Samad is doing. And it's absolutely brilliant and really the need of the art right now. So that's in a gist, I guess that is what Samad is all about.
Yeah. Thank you, Shivani. Shivani is one of our very and highly active facilitator, I would say. So she's a great healer, and you will come to know this soon. So today, like she said, today we are going to talk about Swara Yoga. So a very common question regarding Swara Yoga is, when people read the title Swara Yoga, quickly they think that this is something to do with music because the Swara word is there. They also believe, most of the people, they think this is a workshop only for singers, only for musicians. And if you ask me, that's not true. Swara Yoga, though the Swara word is there, let us quickly understand what is Swara Yoga. Swara Yoga is called as Agama Shastra. What I mean by Agama is, Agama means that which has come down here from ancient rishis. So this is a science, this is an ancient science based on ancient script, which is called as Shiva Swarodaya Shastra. So Shiva Swarodaya Shastra, if you have heard about it, this is a dialogue between Lord Shiva and Shakti, that is Parvati. And through this dialogue, Shiva has explained the science of Swara. Now, what is swara? There are two letters, swa, ra, yeah. So, swa is self, the self, okay, and ra means sound. So, this is a science of sound of self. Sound of self means this is a science of breath. Swara is a jargon used for breath in Shiva Swarodaya Shastra. So, when we say swara and the second word is yoga, yoga, most of you, if you know little bit of Sanskrit or if you have studied yoga, you must know the meaning of yoga. Yoga derived from Sanskrit verb, Sanskrit root yuja. Yuja is to connect, to join. Yeah. So yoga is all about joining inner self with the outer self, balancing inner self, outer self. Another beautiful definition of yoga in Bhagavad Gita is Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. So yoga is nothing but balancing act. So we try and balance our life forces, try and balance, as I already mentioned, it is an inner and outer balance that we try to achieve with this Swara Yoga. So when we say this is a science about breath, a very common question, I'm sure if you are watching this video, quickly you might have started thinking about this. If this is about breath, how do you differentiate from pranayam? Is it something similar with pranayam? Is it just a breathing exercise, or what it is? So let us go to Dr. Manjari. Dr. Manjari, if you can answer this, how do you differentiate Swara Yoga from
Yes.
pranayam?
Yes, thank you, Karuna.
Yeah.
Sarah,
Yeah.
it is a very common question,
Mhm.
very common question. People ask, so we are doing pranayam, so why to learn Swara Yoga? But
Mhm.
pranayam is a different use of breath, and
Mhm.
Swara Yoga is a different use of breath. Okay,
Mhm.
so pranayam is a use of breath where we enhance the vital body with energy body, and we have to learn to control ourselves with breath. So we use breath for controlling. Whereas in Swara Yoga, we learn how breath, it is we learn the language of breath. Breath is telling us something about the outer world and inner world, how to synchronize with the outer world. It is telling us something, and we have to understand these language of the breath, which is like the Tanmatra language, which is called as Mahabhuta or elements.
Okay.
Okay, from gross to subtle, we have to travel from gross to subtle.
Mhm.
And once we start understanding the language of breath, it tells us everything. It
Very.
tells us everything. It speaks to us. Breath
Mhm.
speaks to us. And the best part is we carry our breath everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
So we can use, then once we understand the language, we can use it for anything. And we can use it with pranayama.
Mhm.
We can use it with past life regression. We can use it with, so we can use it with anything.
Nice. So Dr. Manjari used a very nice phrase that this is language of breath. Okay. So when we say language, there are different parameters to it. So Sanjeevani, if you can quickly tell us little bit in detail about when we talk about Swara Yoga workshop, what exactly you include in this kind of workshop?
Like just now, when Dr. Manjiri said, and you said, is the language.
Yeah, true.
To understand the language,
Mm-hmm.
our own language is the breath, through
Mm-hmm.
which we understand ourselves and our subtle self, what is happening, what
Mm-hmm.
should happen, how to balance, and everything about it. So if it is a language, it has to be learned in detail, it has to be understood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the workshop includes all these parameters, like first of all, understanding the swara, the breath, what it is, what happens when you breathe in, breathe out, what all
Mm-hmm.
happens. And along with that, like everyone, we talk about the Panchamahabhutas, the
Correct.
five
Yeah.
elements. So are those also involved in this breath? Does every breath carry that?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is said that our breath is our hologram. It is our own
True.
signature,
Yeah.
energy
Yeah.
signature, connected to the cosmic energy. Okay, so the
Mm-hmm.
cosmic breath and our breath are synchronized. So
Mm-hmm.
how to understand that, and how we should allow that to work in our favor. So entire that learning happens in these two levels of workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
that
this
is the
workshop
basic thing what
includes level
we
1
Yes,
learn.
and
and
level
I
2.
can add to it.
Yeah.
We start always with left and right nostril breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Many people don't know that we breathe only with one nostril at a time.
At that time.
So we have to start learning and understanding how it functions, how
Okay.
the nose
Okay.
and breath functions. Yeah. Then we move on to the subtler levels
Mm-hmm.
of Panchamahabhuta.
Yeah.
And we go on adding elements to it as we move higher and higher.
Correct.
Similar to a language, the vocabulary
Yeah.
becomes
The
bigger and
progression has
bigger.
to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So language, I'm a language teacher by
yeah.
profession, so I can always, I can connect this really well. So the progression is very
Yes,
important.
and I would like to add one more thing. Like you take Sanskrit classes,
Yeah,
spoken Sanskrit
spoken
classes,
Sanskrit classes.
Swara Yoga workshops, we conduct like spoken Sanskrit classes. We don't teach the grammar first.
Okay, yeah. It is hands-on techniques, hands-on
Yeah,
healing
hands-on
that we
techniques. Yes.
focus on.
Yeah.
Great. So because she talked about grammar, so grammar in terms of Swara Yoga is nothing but the script. So this is a very common question. Many have asked me in past also that in our workshop, do you really include all those Sanskrit shlokas, the ancient text sutras? So do we do that? Over to you, Dr. Sanjeevani, once again.
No, actually, because like earlier also, Shivani mentioned in Samvad, we lay more stress on the practical application
Practical
of any
application.
chapter.
Correct.
Like it should be put to use on a day-to-day basis. Only that is going to help us, because just the books and the knowledge is available anywhere, anytime, throughout, like 24/7 it is available to all. But
Yeah.
how to make use of that
I think it is
knowledge
available on Google also.
also.
Yeah.
PDF forms. Yeah. Anybody can read
I
it.
will come to this point of Google. So if you are done,
How
Sanjeev.
to
Yeah.
apply that knowledge in our day-to-day life. So that is the a practical aspect of this Vara Yoga, which is taught in our workshop.
Okay, great. So we talked
So
about
it is
Google.
more of self.
Yes. Most of these techniques, most of the knowledge is nowadays we are blessed to have it easily available on Google. I would always say we are really blessed that it is easily available for us to read. But does it really mean when we read we understand it? So there's a difference between reading and understanding. Again, I'm focusing on words because I'm a language teacher. So there's a difference between hearing and listening. Yeah, so Dr. Manjari, my next question to you is because we already talked Swara Yoga is an Agama Shastra. Yeah, so do you think only by reading on Google or if there are some reference books for Swara Yoga, only by reading them one can start practicing the techniques? What do you say?
Theoretically, they can practice,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing will happen. They will not come through changes
The results
because
they might not see.
they
Yeah.
won't get the results. Because there is something called as Guru Shishya Parampara in our
Mhm.
Agama Shastras.
Right.
So any Shastra has to be taught in the right way by a guru, a teacher, a
By the right
master,
person.
who is
Yeah.
a master in that Shastra.
Correct.
Right person means who has mastered that Shastra.
Correct.
Mastered means he has applied it in his life.
Mm-hmm.
So a person who has done that is able to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
And so that becomes a trigger point. The guru is the trigger point. It is a
Mm-hmm.
catalyst in your life. And without that, a catalyst, okay, you won't be able to progress in the daily life. And
Correct.
that is why gurus or teachers, learning through a teacher is very, very, very important.
Very important.
Because even in our Reiki workshops, we say attunement is more important.
Very important. Yes.
There are books available everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And myself being a research person, I have researched on this by practicing Swara Yoga before I was attuned to Swara Yoga through a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Because right from childhood, we had books on this, okay, in our house.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew to practice left and right. But nothing happened much that time. And once in Marathi or Sanskrit, we call it as Santha,
Yeah.
Diksha or Diksha.
Diksha is the
So
right. Yeah.
attunement. So we
Attunement.
have to get attuned to it, and somebody else has to attune you. You cannot get attuned by your own self.
Correct.
That is the whole point.
Very true. So we talked
Because
about
we are
yeah,
interdependent. This world is interdependent.
interdependent. Correct. So because you talked about books, if you can refer few books which people might be interested in, few reference books for Swara Yoga. Dr. Manjari, if you can tell us.
Yeah. I can tell you the one of the best and most popular books.
Most popular, yeah.
It is by Bihar School of Yoga from Munger, India.
Mm-hmm.
It is called as Swara Yoga.
Mm-hmm.
And the original book is the name is Seva Yoga. Original book is in was written by Swami Satyananda Sir, and translation of it is done by Swami Mukti Bodhananda. Wonderful, wonderful book. Initially, I had referred this book only, and I had thought that I had understood it. But when I started actually practicing it, I could know that I had not.
Yeah. So there was little bit of
And there are
disturbance.
many books available.
Okay.
And there are ample books. Many books is available on Amazon, by the way, so anybody can buy it. And there are many books available in small stores in India, small stores near the temples and all that. Yeah. Those are mostly in Hindi.
Okay, so Hindi and English, both types of books are available. So great, we talked about practical application and how one should learn this. What is the correct process, correct procedure to get into Swara Yoga? We already talked about it. Now, Sanjeevani, you were talking about 2 levels of Swara Yoga, level 1 and 2. Just when you were explaining, you talked about level 2 also. So I'm one of the facilitator for current Swara Yoga workshop, which is going on WhatsApp. And many people had asked me this question, that what is the difference between level 1 and level 2? Sanjeevani, if you can quickly elaborate us on that.
Yes, actually, as of now, like I said, we have planned for level 1 and 2. So level 1, like Dr. Manjiri explained, it is absolute the basic part, how to understand our breath, how to look at our breath. Like, first of all, we observe our breathing and understand the various aspects of the breath. Okay, that is mostly covered in the first level. And in the second level, you go to the more subtler levels of the breath, understanding breath at a more subtle level, and how it is affecting your body, your mood, your emotions, your thought process, everything. Slowly you can understand that. It is not an overnight process.
Correct.
It is continuous practice. So like Dr. Manjiri had explained, like initially we have to start with the primary practice of just observing our
right
breath,
and left breath. Yeah.
And then you go deeper and deeper. So till second level, everyone will be able to do it. And we have not, as of now, we have not planned for the more advanced and detailed level. Because first of all, you should be able to really want that calling should come from inside, that no, I need to know more about this.
Correct.
I need more of, it is more of a sadhana than just book learning. It is not just learning. It is more of a sadhana type at the deeper level. First two levels everyone can do, like for material success also it is useful, not only for spiritual success. It can be used for material success. But the more at the more subtle level you go, you start understanding, oh, it is a vast ocean. So I really, if I have the inclination and the time to dive, then I can go at the deeper level. And I should say that we are fortunate that we are having Dr. Manjiri as the prime facilitator for our workshop. She has been practicing Swara Yoga for more than 12 years.
Okay.
Continuous
practice. Very continuous practice for 14 years.
14 years, to be precise. Okay.
And after attunement.
Yeah.
And otherwise, Sanjeevani and me were practicing right from our childhood.
Since childhood, yes.
Before attunement.
So that is definitely, if she is doing for more, I mean, 14 years now, so we have a long way to go. We can definitely plan for more advanced levels if people are willing to do.
Really keen for it. Yes, true.
And I would like to add one more thing.
Yeah, sure.
That even after 14 years of practice, and sort of I know everything of it, sort of. Yeah, sort of. Still, the working part of it, the application in the life remains that I cannot do it still.
Right.
Because it is a long practice. Because to be able to control yourself is very different. Understanding it comes first, but then controlling has to happen. Controlling achievement has come to then changing. We should be able to change our own self. Those are the advanced levels, actually.
Yeah. So because you talked about you have been practicing this technique, this sadhana since last 14 years. So this is more like a sadhana now and not just a daily practice for you. So I'm sure many of the people who are watching this video might have started thinking, if this is a sadhana, is this only for spiritual purpose? Is this only for spiritual growth? Or if as a layman someone is really not keen for spiritual growth and completely focused on material progress, is it recommended for them? Dr. Manjari, what would you say?
It is recommended for a layman only. That is, the
Okay.
first two levels
First
are
level,
specifically
yeah.
designed for a layman.
Okay. Okay.
Because we are interested in normal success, okay? Normal
Yeah,
success. That
true.
if I do such and such job, I should get this fruit.
Get
It's
this.
such a simple equation,
Right.
and we want that success. But then, if we are doing wrong actions or we are doing it wrongly, we don't get success. And my sadhana has started with that only.
Okay.
I was not getting success in material life. So I started the sadhana and success started following. Because once I learned to synchronize my breath with the cosmic breath,
right.
Yes, the success comes easily. And whatever we have planned, the planning becomes successful.
True.
But that's why it has to start from the material life, because we are living in the physical
progress
world.
Towards
And
the
we progress inside.
Great. So because you said it is definitely for material life, we can definitely progress in our day-to-day life with Swara Yoga sadhana. So a very common question people have asked in past was, it is understood that it is for material life, but if I have to do Swara Yoga workshop, how do I evaluate or how do I analyze whether I really need this workshop? Does it mean I'm breathing incorrectly? Does it mean my breath is not correct at all, and that's the reason I need to correct it with Swara Yoga? Dr. Manjari, over to you again. Because you have the answer, I can feel that. Yeah.
I think, yes, I have the answer.
Yeah.
And in a way, we are not gone to the nirvana state. That means we are breathing wrongly, okay?
True, very true.
Everybody is breathing wrongly, including me. That's why I said even 14 years, maybe even 20 years of practice, we have to be perfectly aligned, balanced, continuously balanced.
Right.
That is difficult, but till the managing level, we can always learn, you know. And then it starts expanding. That expansion of conscious starts happening, and we can handle more and more subjects at a time. And so I forgot your question.
Yeah, so I was asking how do one, if someone is going to decide for this workshop.
Okay. So got it. So I always say, what does your gut feeling say? You want to learn it or you don't want to learn it? You're inquisitive of learning it? Do go for it. Then the questions will come.
Right.
Allow the questions, but answer them yourself. Okay. This is what Swara Yoga is about.
So I believe questions come out of curiosity, and there is a difference between questions and doubts. So if you're constantly doubting whether it will help me or not, yes or no. So I think you should really stay calm and think about it again. Yeah. Nice. So we talked about, Shivani at the beginning talked about our online workshops, our virtual workshops and in-person workshops. So Shivani, I would ask this question to you because this is a very common question. I guess for most of our workshop, we have received this as a query, that does this virtual workshops virtual workshops are really effective? Are they really effective? Or we are conducting only because this is the need of an hour? What do you think?
I gave this example previously also. It's a very common question that when you're in person and you're in one room with a healer or a facilitator, your group members are there. So the workshop has a certain energy to it because you can feel everyone around you.
Correct.
feel the energy. So the experience is different there.
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp workshops work. In one word, the answer is yes. Yes, they are effective. Yes, they work. Firstly, I'm talking from personal experience because
Yeah.
my first experience of a WhatsApp workshop was with Samad only. There was a Chakra workshop going on, which I joined,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really effective for me. So I was very curious. We just talked about that curiosity, but I went for it. Ki, let's try it. Which something new is there, so let's try it.
Mm-hmm.
It was very effective for me. I could. The energy of an in-person workshop is obviously different, and the energy of an online workshop is different.
So
But
I believe every mode has its own pros and cons, and
yeah, but the effectiveness is there. The
right.
effectiveness is on par, or there's a lot of comfort level is there because with
Mm-hmm.
especially with WhatsApp workshops, we can do it at our own convenience,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of comfort level is there, and people are more open to doing it
Yeah,
because
because they don't see each other, so they hardly know each other.
yeah. So a lot of inhibitions, inhibition related problems get thrown out the window. So that gets sorted, and I have a very simple logic for it that
Mm-hmm.
could have told a person a few decades ago that there's a brick like something and you can see a person through that and you can hear a person through that who is miles away from you. That person probably wouldn't have believed you.
Mm-hmm.
How is this possible? If someone is sitting in Delhi and I'm in Bombay, then if I
Right.
have a brick in my hand, then how can I see and hear this person? It's not possible.
Right.
My voice will not reach that person, or my face, my video will not reach that person. But right now, if it's so simple, right? The idea of a video call or connecting with someone who's like miles away from you is extremely simple. You don't even have to think about it, and that has happened because of the advances in technology.
Technology.
So
True.
healing also needs to get advanced as we
Yeah.
forward,
True.
right?
True.
We need to move
Yeah.
ahead with time. So
With the time.
with the invention of the email, we
Mm-hmm.
kind of reduced the amount of in handwritten letters that we used to send because we moved on to a digital format, and now we're just using WhatsApp. Now we are not using email that often. If we want to communicate something quickly, we are using WhatsApp. So if in other areas of life we are moving ahead along with the advancement in technology, we have to do the same with healing.
Mm-hmm.
Our roots are in our cultural understanding of these healing techniques and in the understanding of quantum physics and energy, of course. But energy is everywhere. Energy is not present only in one place and not in the other. So on
Yeah.
an online level, on that platform, the energy is still present. Like
Exactly.
we are able to
For
communicate.
that matter, any virtual connection is nothing but energy. We are connected through energy,
Exactly.
and there is nothing else right now.
Yeah, we are connected
Yeah.
at a different level. So like I said, that healing also needs to advance and it needs to go forward according to how the world is moving forward. We cannot stay stuck in a box. Ki karna hai. We have to move outside of it.
Yes, it's
So,
nice.
yes, it is
Very
effective.
nicely answered, Shivani. So, because of this virtual workshop, the opportunity to reach globally, the opportunity to
Yes.
spread healing globally increases. And I'm from India, so Indian culture talks about Vishwa Bandhutva. Yeah, even our sense talk about connecting with the world and helping world with whatever skills, whatever knowledge you have. So the knowledge we need to share with the entire world. So on this note, we would like to thank you all for coming here and answering our frequently asked questions. And thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for all those who are watching this video.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more such upcoming videos. Thank
And
you.
do join our workshops.
Yes, do join our workshop and do comment on this video. If you have any other queries, do comment. Thank you so much.